Hello, beautiful souls. Happy solstice. Happy Yule to you in the north and happy Litha to us down here in the south. I hope it's snowing and I hope it's snowing down here as well, but it's not. It's all sunshine and rainbows and heat down here. I would love just a tiny little bit of that cool that you guys have got up there. It's an absolutely beautiful day. All that aside, I'm here with the wonderful Anna Turian. Say hello, Anna.
Hello.
And I guess it's appropriate that, you know, it's a really hot day and it's Litha for me here. And it's Yule up there, and the concept of the fire to warm is still very present because we are working on the hot suit. We're working with wands, we're working with fire. And it's very relevant to this season of summer down here. And I would definitely put wands in summer for me here personally, although I know that some people like to associate water with summer with cups because there's a tendency to go rushing towards water to swim and cool off and play around in the water a little bit more. I don't feel it. I don't feel it. I feel the heat. And so this is very wands time for me. Summertime is wands time.
Send me some of that heat over here.
I'll swap you.
Because I'm like freezing.
I don't even know what freezing is. I haven't frozen in ages. I stand in front of the fridge for too long and I'm like, oh, I'm getting a bit nipply here. Yeah, but it's all good, guys. We're enjoying our seasons retrospectively no matter what, and it is a wonderful day. Thank you to all who have joined. I just realized I don't have the chat up and I'm gonna have to do that, so just give me a moment to zhuzh myself technically and do what I'm supposed to do ages ago. You would think that this was done, you would think. Okay. Oh, come on.
I'm going to say hello. Let's see. Hi, Claire G. Hi, Willow. Edwards. Rebel Child. Hello. A couple people. Wait, we're a little late.
Yes. Libra Moon, Laurie Edwards. Willow, yes, we've got heaps of lovelies here. Thank you. Happy solstice. And longest day of the longest night, no matter where you are. I have to one side here, no joke, a fairy oil for meditation full of some pretty interesting herbs made by a coven sister of mine, very talented coven sister of mine. It's got some stuff, guys. It's meant to trip me out. So I'm going to be doing that at twilight tonight, after I get back from my daughter's theatre performance. She's at theatre camp thing, 4-day workshop thing. Anyway, so it's that time of the year. It's, you know, it's a bit relaxed, it's a bit silly, it's a bit salubrious. Everyone's sort of like starting to wind down a little bit for the holidays, whether the weather is affecting you or the time of the year affects you. Lots of people go on holidays, lots of people go away, lots of people try to remove themselves from Cairns to escape the heat, and those who stay huddled indoors near the air conditioner. So it gets pretty quiet up here, actually, pretty damn quiet. And then at night time, everyone goes out and they're slutty. So you know, that's the time of the year, the silly season. What's it like for you, Anna? What's this time of the year like for you?
Well, I'm a little confused because like yesterday was pretty warm, and warm for it was warm, and then today it's cold. So it just hot to cold. It totally throws me off. And you know, yesterday you could have like just a jacket on. Today I had to like put multiple sweaters. It's like if I could roll myself in a comforter and just like walk down the street like that, I'd be happy. It's a little confusing, and we're supposed to, well, they said that we might get some snow Saturday, so my kids are excited because then I have to shovel. So it's all about the shoveling, I'm telling you.
Oh my gosh, these are things that you don't even think about. The shoveling aspect.
Wow. Oh yeah, you gotta shovel. You gotta take all the snow off your car. With snow on your car, you can get in trouble. So you gotta take everything off. Yeah.
Wow, you have to
is I can
de-snow
go
your car.
sled riding.
That's crazy. So does it ever sort of like pile up, you know, to your door, like high?
I had snow. Well, not this. About 3 years ago, something like that. There was snow all the way to my waist. I couldn't open the door in my yard because there was so much snow. We couldn't walk. We had to like pathway, and you opened it, and there was a block of snow in front of your door.
No way.
The kids loved it because they climbed on top. They could actually climb on top, and they was just like kind of. But when he was smaller in height, really let him go and walk because he would, and I wouldn't be able to see him because he was like short. So he'd get covered.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. I'm a bit jelly. I do need to spend a little bit more time in the snow just for the experience. You know, as a person that lives in the tropics, I holiday in snowy regions, but not for any length of time that will enable me to become anywhere close to accustomed to snow. I'm still a complete moron when it comes to snow. I would not drive in snow. Nope. I wouldn't. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't drive anywhere that snowed anyway, because it'd probably be on the opposite side of the road to what I'm used to. But whatever. It's a lovely time of year. That's my point.
Never come to America. You have to come when it snows.
Yay.
If you come to America, or you have to come when it snows.
Yeah, so that I can feel cold and
we'll put you down. We'll let you go sleigh riding. We'll put you on a sled.
I saw your videos. I saw your Facebook videos of Luke on the sleigh. My son loved them. He loved them.
I got 2.
All right, guys.
I'm like
yeah, to Bonestone, and Bonestone we shall. So what we've got going on today is 3 reveals. Let me do my fingers. 3 reveals. And we are going to be revealing the completed, and by complete I mean the coloured version of the ace, the 2, and the 3. So they are done. We have conceptualized 7, 8, 9, and 10. Yes, we have. Some loose sketches have been done. Not of the 10. I think the loose sketch was done all the way up to the 9. Did we decide that? Yeah, the 9.
There's
so we might
no
do a loose sketch
for it. There's no loose sketch for the 8 or the 10. There's only a loose sketch for the 9.
Okay.
8, the 10 court cards.
Yeah, okay. So we're going to have to do a little sketchy for the 8, a little sketchy for the 10, just a loose placement thing. And then we have decided more or less on our court, although there is room to move because I'm having doubts about the king now. This is what I said to Anna. I'm like, I'm not sure that I necessarily want Aries there. I'm going to have to do a little bit of like looking. So I've got my phone here with some details open on fire deity, which is very exciting. It's very easy to get carried away when you start looking at the caliber of deity out there, cross-culturally speaking. And let's face it, we want to get the best fire god for this occasion. Let's make him a good one. So we have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands was one of the original cards done. So the Queen of Wands really does embody an aspect of Innocent. So she's Yoruba, and that makes me pretty happy. And so that's done. So she's off the table. And right now what we've got is potentially nothing locked in. Mercury for the page, Bridget for the knight, and we're really open with the king at the moment. So that makes me really happy. All right, but before we get into all of that deliciously yummy stuff, how about I hand over to Anna and she can start to reveal those 3 beautiful cards. The first glimpses of our suit of wands. This is a big one, guys. It's a big one.
Yes.
The big ones, the first big one, immerse yourself in the magic of fire through the world of bone, stone, and earth flesh, and the magical touch of my artist extraordinaire. I'm going to mute my mic and let you go.
All right, guys. So I didn't share any of the sketches or the progress of the Suit of Wands yet. So I'm going to reveal the Ace, the Three of Wands. So for the Ace of Wands, oh, where is it? Okay. Let's flip this around and see if I can get a good color. Okay. All right, that's pretty good color right there. Let's just do it this way. Okay, so we have the snake, and he is eating its tail. It goes from, let's see, full snake, transforms to fire, and then again. So it's that the Yorubas, the idea that, you know, dying and rebirthing itself. Also, the sky is now orange and yellow, and this will be consistent throughout the Suit of Wands. The suit of the pink purplish sky. So now we are going into a fire element. So we're keeping that fiery sky. So this is, and it'll be kind of cropped, you know, all the way to the bottom. This kind of flowy thing, you know, there have been cards I know that have used, you know, this concept before, but we're doing it. So this is the Ace. Okay, moving on to the 2. Okay, the 2. This is the 2 of Wands. And you have this elfin figure coming out of the woodwork. He is, you have the sky again. He's moving toward the open area. And in his hand, he holds like a walking stick almost. And then the other, you can see a little fairy that's inside the lantern. She is illuminating his light, his way. And in the actual card that I will be posting, I did that in, you'll see it, it's going to be glowing more. But this is the 2 of Wands. Let's see if I can bring it a little closer so you can see his face a little better. Okay. And now the 3 of Wands. And there was a discussion back and forth. So, you know, what type of tribal people to include in this one. This is the 3. So what we did with the 3, you see this initiation aspect where he is being tattooed with runes. We decided that we are not doing any tribes that are existing. We are creating our own tribe. So this is the Bonestone tribe. We have included elements that we thought, the deck itself, there's the headpiece that has this animal bone. There's the feathers. We did the runes, and I will have to read them for you because now I can't remember which one they are. But they are significant. They mean something. And then the feathers, we have beads. There's a lot of drumming going on. So there's this aspect of it's not a static card. So let me read to you what the runes are. Avalon, actually, do you have it? Because I sent you the email, and I wrote in, not the email, I sent you the the text with what they were. What were they? I wrote them down. Oh. Yeah. Are 3 of them. All right, so we have Algiz, Inwaz for living, and Jera for harvest. So those are the 3 runes that are being tattooed on his.
I forgot to unmute my mic. I was like talking away, going, yeah, I've got it here. Hashtag moron. Solstice
Okay,
moron.
found it. I'm like, what is she doing? She's like, let me try here.
Just ignoring you. I'm like, I'm just looking on my phone. No, I wasn't. I was pulling up the conversation. And I'm like, yeah, I've got it here. I'm like, why can't you hear me? And then I'm like, oh. And you were already talking by then. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome.
Take this
That's
off
awesome.
my face. So that's what we have. Those are the first 3 cards of the suit of wands. Yay! We are excited about wands. I'm a fire sign, so yeah.
I'm not a fire sign. I'm an earth
fire sign, and I'm red hair, fire sign. It's hard to miss.
I got a lot of time for the wands, quite frankly. They're one of the easiest of the suits for me to read. Wands, air, cups is a fucking nightmare. I'm not water oriented at all.
Cups was hard.
Cups is hard. Pentacles are fine. Like, why does cup have to be so difficult? It took me a long time to jive with cups. It really did. It did. And so when people come to me going, oh, I find air really hard to read, and I'm like, what? No, air's not hard. It's cups. Cups is where the challenge is.
Yeah, no, cups are, for some reason, they're. I was like, maybe it's because I'm older now. When I was younger, when I was 19, 20, I was like, yeah, I want cups. I want cups.
Yeah. Well, you're much more romantic at a younger age. You've got a lot more patience for that kind of whimsy, don't you?
No, I'm like,
now married.
And now I'm more of a swords. I'm gonna post the cards right now so people can see them, just to have them in case they want to look at them. Because why not? Before we get going with the others. So let's do this.
How funny, Christina D. Yeah. Christina says that cups and swords are fairly easy for her to read, and wands and pentacles are quite hard. And
really,
that's not how it is.
Christina, yeah, I don't know. I didn't expect it. I didn't expect it either, to be honest. I was like, it's gonna be so easy. No.
I honestly believe that anything emotional is really difficult. When a person is experiencing a heightened state of emotion, it's very difficult to deal with that person. It's difficult. When they're sad, they don't want to talk about it, or they're crying, which are 2 things that make me very uncomfortable. I don't want to talk about it. Fine, don't talk about it. And then I'll walk away. I'm not pestering a person to tell me anything. And if they start crying, I'm like, I don't know what to do with my hands. I get very Ron Burgundy. I'm like, I don't know what I should be doing here. I panic in emotional situations, and then I stay very quiet. And this is why I've earned myself that reputation of I'm good in a crisis, because I go very quiet. And I'm like, I'm actually not good in a crisis. I genuinely don't want to deal with this, and I'm just going to stay really quiet so nobody notices me.
That's a good strategy.
It's a good strategy. See, it's worked out well for me. It's worked out well. Unless my kids are involved in said crisis, in which case I'm like, injuries, I'm like, good time.
So we're going to be drawing more today. So what I'm going to read what I wrote. Okay, guys. So we drew last time. The last one we drew was the 7 of Wands, the guy on the battlefield. So I'm going to try and bring him up so you can remember what we drew.
Yep.
Did I do this? No.
You did tree climbing, 6 of Wands, the crowning bone, pelt, and 7 jumping, fighting, battlefield.
Where'd it go? There we go. What? Wait, that was the 6th. The guy in the this one is the 6th. Right?
No, that's
which
7.
Oh, I labeled it wrong. This one's 7. Right. And then we get the coronation. And then now we are working on the 8. The 8. Okay, so usually Wands are, right? The 8.
Yeah.
8 of Wands. It's speed, news traveling fast, fire quick also.
Action. Direct action. Energy.
But it's it's action, but it can be any type of act because it's just, it doesn't give any specific what kind of action. It's just.
That is exactly right.
So
that is exactly right. I have a deck of cards. Yeah, it is my very first Australian one. What was that called? I can't remember. I can't remember anything at the moment. I'm sleep deprived, folks. But in it, the Wands, the 8 of Wands, has the keyword of love. So they're considered the arrows of love. And I thought to myself, it's always stuck with me, of course, because it is so odd. But then when you think about it, it can be any kind of action. Like love is one direct emotion. It's passion, right? It's intense. Likewise, hate, intense. Likewise, ambition, intense. Likewise, a desire to succeed. It could be anything that really wants to propel you forward, that intensity of desire and emotion that sort of allows you to charge at something. Another curious aspect of the 8 of Wands is that if it doesn't have good grounding, then it can turn bad. It can get chaotic. It can create a sense of upheaval in one's life. So too much 8 of Wands would lead to things like stress, acute anxiety. Too much of it repetitively appearing in a reading would be a signal of too much of excess in a way. If coupled with the devil, would be even more of an excess. But the idea here is to create a card where the 8 of Wands has a directive, to remind a person to have the directive, right? If you don't have the directive, shit will go sideways. So that's the essence of our Bonestone 8 of Wands. And
you have wanted to portray in that one.
I beg your pardon?
The idea that you want to.
Oh yes. I have an idea to this one. So I would like some galloping horses and some riders and some galloping horses. And if you can imagine it, the card itself would be a snapshot of, think the Wild Hunt. Think of that image of the Wild Hunt where they're on horseback and they're armed and they're chasing down their trophy animal, right? It's the Wild Hunt, but it's that mid hunt. the scene of the mid hunt where everyone's mid gallop, you know, every action propelling forward, that whole forward motion. The horses are like intensely looking because they're being ridden, you know what I mean? So that I wanted that to capture that kind of hunt, mid hunt intensity. I wanted there to be beast. I wanted there to be man and beast, because it is such a, oh, it's such an intense energy. If it's just an animal, it's not enough. If it's just a man, it's not enough. If it's just arrows or battens, it's not enough. It has to be an action sequence to really deliver the full brunt of the essence of the card as it stands.
Yeah,
Through my
I
eyes,
think
you know what I mean?
that we should, like, some you know, the impact on the earth, like you have like earth and like that, like flying off,
Yeah,
like you can actually,
like stuff like debris literally lifting off the horse's hooves, and it's like, it's wild. It's like intense. It has to have that oomph, like that energy, that dynamism, and be an extremely active card. The idea too here is, if you we're designing these cards so that you can, if you choose to, hold them up and do a path working with them. It will be such an interesting path working if you can gaze into that Eight of Wands and everything's in flux, mid-motion, mid-hunt, and it's very dynamic. Imagine stepping into there. There'd be a level of caution that you would have. It would naturally call caution. You wouldn't know if a if a horse was running in the direction. You'd be peeking in, right? You'd be approaching the card with a level head, at least, you know, and like you want to know sort of what's going on there. Who are really good at path working, you'll know what I mean when I say this, is that you enter into the card with a sense of caution. There are some cards where you just like want to skip into it and, you know, skim the water and flick it up in the air and dance with the fairies and do all that sort of thing. And then there are other cards that just naturally command attention. And I want this one to be one of those caution, you know, cautionary tales. There's something intense going on here. And what is that intensity for you? So if you step into that card effectively, you take that path working, you might jump on the back of one of those horses. It might take you somewhere. And then where it takes you is your own journey. It's your own journey, and it will be fun. And I encourage you to journal about it. And then credit Anna and myself for the amazing path working that you will be having, because the card is amazing. That's the bottom line. The bottom line is the card will be amazing. Right. So thoughts, anyone?
Okay.
Thoughts? What have we got? What have we got here?
Oh, there was somebody who wait, I read something all the way up. Some Tiger's Abyss was talking about the Tiger's Abyss. Can you restate? I can't find what you wrote. Something he had an idea for the King of Wands.
Oh, here we go. May I suggest the Aztec fire god? That one, or the turquoise Lord of the Fire for the King, God of Fire Day, volcanoes, life after death, warmth and cold, food during famine. Interesting. I can't use this name though. I don't know how it's pronounced. It's always an X, isn't it, in Aztec? Why? I can't even begin to pronounce that.
Yeah,
that one. Exul.
I'll just call him
Chulti.
Xuxu. I'll call him Xuxu.
I will call him X-Man.
Watch, I'm gonna be like struck down for that.
For you, Tiger's Abyss, I'm gonna put your name here in my book. And then this complicated Aztec god. Aztec fire god. X-Man. X-I-U HT. This doesn't make sense even when I'm reading it. You see, it's like gibberish. TLI. Or the turquoise lord.
We'll have to do we'll look it up.
All right. All right. Thank you, Tiger's Abyss. Thank you, Shatki Shaman, for pointing out that message. Yeah. All right, so that's an option. That's an option. We're going to get there, guys. We will be talking about the king. Don't you worry. That will be the last thing that we talk about before we close up our Bonestone Bash for the year, because this is our last one for 2017. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? And this is the 16th. I'm quite certain that I've numbered one incorrectly because it feels like there would have been more. But no, 16 is still a pretty big number. And we have managed to design a very large portion of a tarot deck in 16 videos. 16 live feeds.
I know, that's scary. That's actually scary.
When you think about it, when you condense it down to that. Yeah, yeah. And thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you who have participated. How good does it feel that you were present for that and that some of your ideas have actually been woven into the cards? Some of your little shout out some things. Oh, that's a good idea. Like just popped in there, you know. Certain animals have been added in, certain flowers have been added in, certain postures and, you know, they've been added in. I'd say that the Four of Swords is one of the most influenced cards, believe it or not. Page of Air would be. Page of Swords would be as well. But the Four of Swords started off one way, ended off quite the other, didn't he? Saucy minx that he is. And that was all because of you, you lusty ladies out there. And it's a really good time. So it's good time.
All right, so I talk about the 9 and the 10, and then I will more. I'm trying to do a couple like we did last time in a batch. So,
do that.
So Tara, Alchemist, we were talking about the 8 of Wands with the riders and the horses racing off, and now we're doing the 9. And the 9.
The 9 is the camo man with the blow dart, which you did roughly sketch. So we do have the 9.
Yes, I did. And wait, that's the Wands. I'm trying to pull out the traditional images. Okay, yeah. So traditionally the 9 of Wands, it's the guy that is kind of, you know, his head is wrapped up and he's standing with the wands behind him. He's like getting ready. He's getting ready in case somebody else comes in to attack him again, right? So he's on guard.
It's a defensive position. Yeah, it's a defensive position. So he's
right. So nothing's happening, but he's prepared for it in case something happens.
He has had a rough trot, as we say here in Australia. He's had a pretty rough trot. Life's been pretty ordinary for him, and he's decided that, you know, he's been shaped, he's been molded into that defensive stand. If you take enough hits in your life, you become defensive. He's defensive. You know, he's that guy that's taken enough hits. He's that spirit, you could say, man or woman here, that's taken enough hits. So he's taken a defensive stance. Right. You meet these personalities every day, don't you? You meet these 9s, don't you? The guy that's just like,
it's hard to get them to put down their like once you have that guard up, it's hard to let it down, and you don't. This card I see, like, he's not very trustworthy, you know.
No, he lacks trust in others.
He doesn't trust others. That's what I meant. He doesn't trust other people. So to that end, ours is awesome because we're changing it up a little bit. So we're still keeping that defense aspect, the idea that he's ready for in case something happens, he's there, he's prepared. But we are shifting it towards this It's like a wooded area, tribe, you know, like forest. And then, so a scene, whether you want to put like a rock in the background or, you know, trees, whatever. But a guy who is painted, he's camouflaged completely to blend in to his surrounding. And all you can actually see from him is his eyes. You'll see the shape of him because the way I'm going to paint it, it's going to go over, you know, the areas of his face. So you will see the curves of the face, kind of.
Yeah.
Natural in his camo. Hand, right? In his hand, he will hold. You know those shoot the pipes the
blow dart.
Bamboo, is it? Yeah, the bamboo. Yeah, they blow through. So he will be holding that. So he is completely, you know, ready for anything, but he's on guard. So I sketched it out roughly when I was chatting with Avalon. Now this is like kind of hard to see. Let's see if you can make it out. But I'm gonna pull this. Okay, so you know the lines are pretty much like, because I was trying to show her how he's going to be blending in. So you'll see his eyes and everything else, and he's going to be holding. All you'll see was the bamboo,
the blow dart,
and then the hands kind of mold over it. So I was thinking for the 9, and depending on what background we're using, I'm going to explore some. I'm going to look at like you know, like, you know, trees. And I mean, he could be in between a tree and say a rocky background too. So you can kind of, he can be within.
Yeah.
So different things, but he could blend into that. Put some poison dart frogs in that picture as well. What's a poison dart frog?
They are really evil. They have a neurotoxin in their skin. So the arrows are dipped into the backs of these poison frogs. And
okay. I thought you meant an actual frog. I was like,
it is an actual frog.
They're called dart frogs?
No, they're not.
No,
they're not. Hang on, I'm going to pull up the name for you. I don't actually remember the name, not even Portuguese.
Okay. I'm reading.
Apparently I can't type today. How about that?
I hear you.
Poison dart frogs. National Geographic calls them poison dart frogs.
I can put a dart in. I was just trying to, I'm thinking whatever we're doing, we want him to blend, like he has to blend in, you know, and whatever he's holding has to kind of blend in.
The golden poison frog has enough poison to kill 10 grown men. How about that?
That's kind of scary.
2 inches long. It's 2 inches long, folks.
A dart frog in his teeth. What if he swallows it?
Then we've got... Okay, something was singing to me then. I had no idea that National Geographic had sound effects on their websites. Dodgy. Yeah, like that could happen. Like I think it would depend. It would actually depend. If it detracts too much from the camo, it can't. Unless it's tucked away, sort of in a tree somewhere.
I do have a question. Is it going to be male or female? Is he going to be male or female? Because male in the 2 and male in the 3. Are we keeping it male? Or are we making it a female? What are we doing?
Yes.
Yes to
a female.
Yes, female?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm writing that down.
That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make it famous.
Yeah, because we can hold darts in our mouths too and shoot.
Yeah, we can.
Okay, somebody's saying male. Becky is saying male.
Who else did anyone say? Well, come on, guys, decide. Man or woman? We've got lots of men so far in succession. We've actually got not necessarily. We've got a snake for the ace. We've got, what have we got for the 2? Oh, we've got a male fairy. We've got 4 men in the 3 of wands. So far, we've got it's a woman in the 6, isn't it? In the 5, we've got fellas climbing a tree.
Dudes in the yeah.
Yeah, in the 5. The 6 was potentially a woman. The 7 was a man. The
Which one was 7?
Hunt,
Which one was 7?
7 was the fighter jumping off the battlefield.
Right, and the 6 was man?
The 6? No, the 6 was a woman. Oh, no, wait. We were going with they were crowning themselves. That was a man.
Yeah, man.
That was a man. So
it's interesting that we have so many men in the wands.
Did we just naturally, that was a natural accident?
Yeah.
We're not trying to focus on gender here, folks. We're just saying that it is what it is.
Because we had a lot of women in the swords, from what I remember.
Yeah. I think the wild hunt should be a mix of man and woman on a horse. Yes.
Okay.
It has to have the energy of man and woman on the great hunt, you know. Multi-gender riders. That's what I'm wanting. Okay. That's what I want. But I think woman with the blow dart. So I'm going to cross out the words man here and put woman. Folks, something terrible happened, and that is that I lost my Lamy, my favorite writing pen, my channeling pen, and now I have to use this super subpar pen. There's nothing inherently wrong with this pen, but it's not the smooth rollerball Lamy that's been with me for a really long time, that I did so many spirit work sessions with, that used to sit snugly in this little diary. It's really sad. Like, when you have a good pen, you have a good pen, don't you? So she's going to be a woman. 9's a woman. I've just decided. Thanks for helping me decide, ladies, gentlemen, participants, community members.
Okay.
She's a woman. She's a woman, folks. A woman. We find her features then behind the camo.
Yeah, because then 10, you have men.
Yep.
Okay, so that's the 9. Okay, and moving forward to the 10. Oh, the 10. I like the 10. The 10 is going to be very emotional. Okay, so the 10. Avalon,
I'm excited for the 10. I'm excited for the 10. I can't wait to see the 10, actually. It's a battlefield image. So for the 10 that I've envisioned, it is a man, and there's the traditional hill. So the rider has a hill, right? Usually carrying the 10 sticks, the 10 battens, the 10 wands on the back, and it's like, you know, hard yakka, hard yaks, hard done by, rough trot, that kind of business. And that's what he's doing. So in this circumstance, there will still be the hill, but what will be happening is that one guy is going to be carrying one man on his back, saving his life, and dragging another man up. So he's removing these men. It's his responsibility to his brothers to remove them out of harm's way. Never leave a fallen man behind. Never leave a fallen soldier behind. Never leave a fallen warrior behind.
Yep.
Never leave, it's a warrior code thing, right? So we've got him dragging out two of his buddies, 2 of his mates.
Yeah. See?
My crescent moon. Crescent moon. Oh, my crescent moon. This was made by a Viking I want to say he lives in a settlement in California. and it was sent to me by the beautiful Cave Mama Bear on YouTube, the Australian Jessie. So yeah, we had a good time. She sent me this beautiful thing. I love it. I actually really love it. It's full metal, and it's almost a weapon. Like, I could really protect myself with this. Brings me an inherent sense of calm. What have we got here? Gruel you. Having missed a handful of your sessions, is there a trans or gender ambiguous figure in the deck? Yeah, there is actually. There's a bunch of it.
There's a couple. I know
there's
a couple
non-gender
of the
specific.
swords that we weren't. Yeah, we weren't gender specific in.
The Emperor is really non-gender specific.
Right.
Like, could be a man, could be a woman. There's no emphasis on that. She
Yeah,
might be more of a woman, actually. Depends on what I write about it as well. Yeah. That's it. The sexuality of each character in the Bonestone, though, is not going to be the emphasis of the Bonestone. It's you know, they've all got their stories. There'll be no emphasis necessarily placed on gender or sexuality in any capacity. So it's going to be pretty open and free in that regard. It will be more about the symbolism, the action, and the portrayal of the image in its totality. So what feeling does it mean? What does it bring up in a reading? That's what I want the focus to be on.
A Roman soldier.
Think older. Remember also that Bonestone is primeval. So if you can take modern structure out of it, you're looking at tribal life. So think tribal. Yeah, new drink bottle. My other one failed me. I'm not happy with this one. I've decided this will be the last plastic drink bottle I buy. It's not working for me. It makes a funny sound, and it pisses me off when it makes this funny sound.
Oh, goodness. Well, I think we should just. I think we should dress them. I think we should dress him. Seeing if it's hardship, right? Because we're depicting the hardship of it. I think maybe less clothes on, like ripped clothes, like, you know,
wounded,
like
garb. Yeah,
it's like, you know, smoky, like you've been through fire, or dirty, you know, so just the worst of the worst, you know, something
Forrest
like that.
Gump, but older, like. You know how in the movie Forrest Gump, he goes in and he drags out all of his mates, right? Same sort of setting, only it's not modern day war, it's ancient tribal warfare. So if it's going to be smoky, perhaps it's the time of the Greek fire. I'm going to Google the timeline of Greek fire. Just excuse me. And I'll do it on my computer. Greek fire.
And since this is wands, we could actually have a fire in the background. Red sky.
In the Byzantine. So this was a long time ago. Eastern Roman, Byzantine. Oh, look, we're back with Roman. Just accidentally speaking. That was first developed in 1672. Yeah. This is Greek fire weaponry. This is cool. I just stumbled across something interesting.
What do you think about having a fire in the background as a scene?
I think that's
like
great.
Pulling
them
idea. like you know, like in the distance. It doesn't have to be right in that line kind of fire.
It has to be a scene of battle, right? It has to be a scene of like a war zone. It's a war zone, let's call it that. And in a more ancient perspective.
But you're not going to see the scene that much, because you're going to see, remember, you're going to just see them, the carrying. So the focus is going to be on the three figures.
Yeah.
three figures. So
We'll
you're
be
going
able
to
to
see
put
a
smoke,
little
a little
bit.
bit of smoke in the
Yeah.
sky, like little remnants. It's just going to be like little remnants of it. But even the most subtle little remnant is going to create that impact. He has to be disheveled. He has to be wounded. He has to be carrying out the wounded as well. And this is ultimate obligation. This is the ultimate obligation. So, you know, with the 10 of Wands, what you have is obligation. You are snowed under. You are weighed down by responsibility and obligations that aren't necessarily, you know, pleasant. And you do feel a little bit hard done by, but at the end of the day, fire is such it needs to do it. It needs to put that final full stop on something, right? So it has to carry it through. Whether it wants to or not, whether it's a shitty situation or not, fire will get through that. You know, it will. It just naturally will. So
yeah,
it has to look like a tremendous burden. It needs to look like a tremendous burden, and carrying people out of a war zone, what bigger burden could there be? You either sit down and watch them die, or you get in there and risk your life and then carry them out. Like, neither one of those choices is pleasant. So you do the right thing and you're burdened by it. You're burdened by the right choice. Sometimes the case, isn't it, folks? Let's get philosophical about it. Let's not. So shall we do that then?
Okay. Yeah, I can. I'll draw these. And you know what? Why? I mean, do you want to talk with them about the king while I'm doing this? I don't know.
Yeah, I can talk to them about the king.
Or whatever. Or if you want to read.
Yeah, no, I'm going to talk to them a little bit about the king. Because we have here.
I'm going to mute my thing. I'm muting my mic.
Okay. There's so many to choose from. I kind of have a feeling that, like, maybe Egypt would be the right time. It would be the right time to put in some Egyptian energy here. Slavic. Oh, no. Let's go up to the top where it's hard. There's Yoruba mythology. But we've already got a Yoruba deity as the queen. We haven't used Hindu. We haven't used a whole bunch, actually. What? Granus. I've never heard this name before, mind you. Granus, god of fire, health, water springs, and the sun. Does that make sense to you? A god of fire is also the god of a water spring. That's so confusing to me. That's such a oxymoron. That feels like an oxymoron. Emphasis on moron. We've got a blacksmith. We've got Greek mythology here. Roman. So Roman mythology has Vulcan, which I believe is the Greek counterpart to that would be Ares. Peklenk. This is Slavic, god of fire who rules the underworld, and its wealth and who judges and punishes the wicked through earthquakes. Oh, that's just so cool. Dozenbog, the generating god of the soul of fire who rides in the sky. Ooh. Ooh. Moloch, Ammonite god who is worshipped with sacrifices of human children. Anyone for that fella? Anyone for that one? The old world was quite ghastly when it wanted to be. Mesopotamia. Jira, god of fire in Akkadian and Babylonian records. Doesn't say too much about it. Gabil or Jabil, skilled god of fire and smithing in the Sumerian records. Ishum, god of fire, who was the brother of the sun god. Shamash, and an attendant of Era. Lusku, god of heavenly and earthly fire and light and patron of the arts. That one could work. That one could work. Babylonian and Assyrian, indistinguishable from Giru, formerly Gibil. Nusku is the symbol of the heavenly as well as a terrestrial fire. As the former, he is the son of Anu, the god of heaven, but he is likewise associated with Enil and Nippur, the god of earth, and regarded as his firstborn son. The center of his cult in Assyria was in Haran, where moon cult, moon god, he just lost his place. No, sorry, not that one. Native American. If only I could pronounce that Aztec god's name. What have I missed? No, the Queen of Wands is Iasin, also known as Oya, which I never understood why people call her Oya. Oya is the name of the family of deity. Iasin. Okay, Hanuman works for King of Wands too. Yeah. Aries is Mars. Thank you, Christina D. Hephaestus. That's the Greek version. Equals Vulcan. Thank you, Christina D. Yes. It's a lower of thunder. Yes. I would happily put another Yoruba Odisha in there, but the Queen is already a Yoruba Odisha, and so I want to diversify. And so I'm not going to put a Yoruba there. There's already a Yoruba there. We would have Ilsa in the place of the Queen of Wands, Bridget, the Hearthfire goddess, in the place of the Knight. So really, we have potentially Mercury as the page, and now we'll see how that goes. But we're looking for the king, and it has to be different. Has to be different. I don't like. I would like to know how to pronounce his name. How do we pronounce his name? This Aztec one. Don't you just love it? Call him the Turquoise Lord, right? Hmm. He's got 3 names. Hmm. Very complex deity, this one.
If you use I unmuted myself. What if you use a mythological, like, Arthur? So, what if we go into some
another like classic
story,
tale,
narrative, something, right? That would have a good fire king male representation.
Well, straight away I think of Ryder in Lord of the Rings, actually, the Ranger. You know the one?
I've seen, hold on, I gotta charge my computer, it's gonna die. I've seen the Lord of the Rings, but I can't remember the character.
I'm gonna send you an image. What was his name? It's not Aragon. Was it Aragon?
Well, yeah, because I just think that you shouldn't limit yourself to just, deities. If you're looking for
Lord of the Rings. I'm gonna Facebook this to you.
Okay. Here's my phone.
Private message to Emma.
Bing, bing.
Oh, won't let me send it that way.
Or you have to save it on your desktop, or grab it, save it, and then attach it.
Yeah, well, I've never tried doing it that way before. I thought, oh, this is going to be successful, but it's fucking not. Okay. That dude.
I'm looking. Yeah. Vigo. Is that Vigo?
That's Vigo.
Vigo.
He's such a humble king too. The whole time he's the king, right? We know the story. The whole time he's the king, and he champions Frodo, and then he does become the king. It's very exciting. It's one of my favorite stories. Thank you, Willow.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think it has to be a god, like a specific, have a attached to it? I don't
think he
know.
just needs to embody. I think he needs to embody the presence, the archetype of the King of Wands effectively. And when we think of the embodiment of these gargantuan personified energies, they fit well with deity. It doesn't have to be deity, but it does fit well with deity. You know what I mean? And
yeah. No, I'm just thinking. That really fits it. I'm saying, like, if that's fine, but no,
I think he fits. Does he fit, guys? Does Aragon fit as a King of Wands? How do you feel about that? Does he fit?
I'm almost done here.
That's all right. I'm really researching. We could do Ra, fire god.
Bra.
He does have some cool symbolism.
Go.
Consort. I love how they add the consort in there. That basically means the person they banged.
Bunny kisses next next year, this time we will have this deck. You guys don't realize that I'm excited too, because I want to see this thing in my hot little hands. Everybody's waiting for it.
I'm so excited. It's so exciting. I can't even. Oh my gosh, I can't even. Once all of these cards have been finalized, I'm going to print out a test copy of the deck, you know, on really shitty cardstock. Well, really shitty cardstock, but, you know, just a test copy. It's not going to be the way that the deck is going to end up. And then I get to see it and hold it all in my hot little hands and play with it, see how it reads.
Exciting.
Feel pretty nervous about it.
Right, I got really some cool sketches. I got my sketches here. All right, so well, the 9 I already showed.
Yeah, you did.
So I'm not going to show that one again. Oh, the pencils. Okay, 8. Let me put the little leaf. 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands. So flip this around. All right, so this is the 8. I'm not. We're sources, but I'm not good. Use your imagination. They're galloping. There's like everything is kind of from their feet. You got the riders on the back. And in the background, the way that I'm thinking is they'll taper off, so you can kind of see like there's this like there's shapes in the background, like there's still like you can't, there's no end to them kind of thing. So you know, and I'll have to play inside to see if we want them like really close or, you know, like see. But this is, yeah. So that would be the 8. And then the 10. Okay, so the guy's carrying the other. So that would be the 10.
Yeah.
And then the big background, there'd be like smoke and all that. I'm going to put a little 10 there. 10.
I'm excited for that one. That's going to be a really good one. I'm also excited for the Suit of Pentacles, where I get to use all bones. No one can stop me.
Keep kicking up dust and fading back. Correct, right. So you'll see, yeah, Lori. No, Lori, sorry, Shakti. Yes, they are. So up close, you will see them in the background because from the dust rising, so it's kind of not in the background that much, but they're there. Well, let's see. So
all right.
For the page,
we have Mercury for the page, which I think fits very well.
Right. Yeah.
Quicksilver, right? Quicksilver. I like the association.
Bridget holding the flame.
Bridget holding the flame, which is
No,
going
sorry,
to
not for the queen, for the knight.
Yep.
And then, do you realize that? So we just did. Well, we'd be done with the concepting for the wands. Well.
If we can choose our king, we're done with the full concept of the wands.
Right.
Can you believe that? All right, let's choose our king,
know.
guys. Anna, at your end, pull up Wikipedia, go yell at anything that catches your eye.
Okay.
If I could clear the slate of the conversation, I would, and let's just make it about the King of Wands for the moment. I'm considering Tiger's Abyss is turquoise god. I'm also going to put down here Ra.
Okay.
I dig that. I'm writing that down.
You know who is this? You know who also is a solar deity, right?
Okay.
The solar deity, right?
Who?
Come on.
Lou's a solar deity.
No. So is Jesus.
Huh?
That's why I was like, because I was typing and I realized it. Would not quite go with the bone theme, but you know.
I have to be very careful whenever somebody brings up the name Jesus. I have to be extremely careful. So I choose to say nothing. Say nothing. It's his birthday soon.
All right.
Oh. Shango would be so beautiful here. Chinese mythology. We're going to steer clear from anything that I can't pronounce.
Mention Surya, the sun god, ancient Indian literature. You know, did you mention that?
Which one?
I'm not sure. Surya, I can't. Surya, also known as Aditya, is the Hindu god of the sun. I'm just reading off of Wikipedia here. So, consider the creator of the universe and the source of all life. He is the supreme soul who brings light and warmth to the world. Each day he travels across the sky in his golden chariot, pulled by 7 horses and by red.
Sorry.
Anyway, look up Surya.
I'm looking. I'm also looking at Ashi Tengri, which is Mongolian. He's the hermit. He's a hermit god. He's a god who is associated with ritual fire as practiced in Mongolian Buddhism. He's also associated to shamanism. Pretty cool. What was the Indian one? I'm an Egyptian.
Surya, Surya.
Surya. Where are you, Indian gods? I can't see him.
Just, what do you mean?
In Wikipedia?
I'm looking at him. No, just type in Google search Surya God, and then it'll pull up everything. Hephaestus. I like Hephaestus. He's my man.
Oh yeah. Synonymous with Surya in ancient Egyptian literature. Sun god. Greek equivalent Helios. None of these are floating by boat, guys.
They are not floating.
They're not floating my boat. I need to just grab a quick libation. Keep going without me. Libation time.
All right, I'm going to read what you guys are saying. Okay, so I'm going to scroll up. Okay, how far should I go up? Okay. Hephaestus. Well, I don't think we can go with Hestia. I mean, Hestia, I have Hestia here on my desk, on my table there. My little Hestia goddess. But I think we want to have a male for the king, I believe. Let's see.
Yes.
But you know, Hestia, she is the hearth and home goddess. So maybe it's just me, but I get a very nurturing, homey feel from Hestia. And the fire, but there's also that motherly aspect of her. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if, because they're saying to use her as the king, but I think, do you really want that subdued? I mean, she's not, energy, because but she's not fiery, I guess would be the word.
She's gentle fire. We want.
Right.
We want sovereign, like we want masculine fire.
Yeah. Did we do Thor? What is Thor?
He's thunder, lightning, isn't he?
Thunder. Yeah.
Which is fire in its own way. Shangor was suggested, and he's the god of thunder and lightning as well. If you have a Smith,
watch, we're gonna get off the chat, and then we're just gonna have the idea in our head.
Mm-hmm.
That's what always happens. We turn off chat, and we're like, yeah, this one. Agni would work. Shakti is saying wands is communication. Agni would work.
No, it would, but I associate communication more with air, with swords. What I want is creative, like a creative force. That's why with associations to sun, so sun gods are those grand creative forces. They're solar deity that bring that element of creativity, that expansive light and heat that really, it's very sovereign. There's a lot of strength in the sun. I know. If you were to stand out in the sun right now, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. It's fucking hot. So hot.
Would Hemdall work? Would Hemdall work?
Ooh. Now, see, thinking caps on, people. Lateral thoughts. How do you pronounce it? How do you spell it?
What, Hemdall? H-E-I-M-D-A-L. L. 2 L's. Yeah.
Winning.
You know? He might work. Or Balder. From the north side. Balder. Yeah. Yeah, look those two up. See if those are sparking something.
Heimdall. Right? The watchman of the gods, called the shining god and the whitest skin of the gods. The entry into Asgard, where he guarded Bifrost, the Rainbow Bridge.
Or Balder. Balder. He is the god of light.
Bring it. Having a little think. Oh no, it's got here. He's son of Odin and the goddess Frigg. Okay. Oh, I like this one.
Which one?
Boulder. Hang on. Norse mythology for smart people. That's where I'm looking, folks. He was of a more physical nature, handsome, gracious, cheerful, and that intellectually giving off light. The meaning and etymology of his name are uncertain and have been the topic of intense scholarly debate. I'm sure it has. Numerous possibilities have been proposed, including the derivation from the Proto-Indo-European root, white, Old Norse balefire, or the hypothesized word of Lord, common to the various Germanic. More straightforward, probably. See. Okay, I'm just getting into the etymology now. The literature source. Okay, Prose Edda. I satisfy the story of his death and resurrection.
What?
Jesus.
See, it's a sign. You're supposed to go with that.
Balder of the primary tale concerning Balder, the story of his death and resurrection. It's written.
I believe
there,
you.
Folks. It's written
I
there.
believe you. Shakti is saying, she's saying, so Shakti's saying, I know you said male, but it's about the energy, right? So what about Pele? She's not tame. She's wildfire and creation.
Yes.
Yes. A definite yes?
No, it's not. It's not. It doesn't feel right. It does not feel right. To me and my body, it doesn't feel right. I'm waiting for the inspiration. I'm drinking a beer. I'm having some inspiration. I want a really big, ultra, overarching personality, a father figure, so to speak. It needs to be a father, you know, the sovereign king, that aspect. I like Balder. I like. Oh, okay. I'm going to type in
Witch Up the Road is asking you to look up Logi, L-O-G-I. Logi? Is it Logi or Logi?
Loki.
Sure. No, L-O-G-I.
L-O-G-I. God. High Flame is a fire giant god and personification of fire. Oh, you finally got a dude that will be totally fire. see a god. Oh, he takes on the shape of a wolf, dude.
That's pretty cool.
That's fucking cool. Notification of fire as a married to fire, John tested daughter. Born two children. Confused with Loki, but not. Another deity. Okay. He's a moon of planet Saturn. This name. One of the moons of planet Saturn is named Logi after Loki. Interesting.
I like the fact that he's has the wolf.
Can you see him? Can you see him?
Can I see who? No, I didn't look it up.
Did you type him up?
What? No, I didn't. I let you type him up first.
There's not a lot of information on him though.
Well, in a way, that's good because that kind of gives you more freedom and visually, you know. Oh, I like it. What I'm seeing, I like.
Did you see the wolf?
I did. That's a kind of badass wolf. I like that. Honestly, I like this one the most.
Yeah.
Let me read up a little bit. I think this could work.
It could. I'm tossing out between this one. I'm crossing off Ra because, quite frankly, he gets enough attention. Crossing out the Hindu god, again, they get enough attention.
You're going to dream about him tonight, and he's going to scold you. You said I get too much attention.
He's really going to have to push hard to get through my Charlie Hunnam dreams, to say. I have my celebrity crush at the moment. That's my celebrity husband. Okay.
Witch Up the Road says there's a website called Northern Paganism, and there's a bit about him on there with a poem that just it gives her chills. Yes, thank you. That's a good one. Witch Up the Road. That's a
Witch
good
Up
one.
the Road. Where is the link? I need the link.
I don't think she can. Can she post links on chat? I don't think it'll let you.
No. Don't complicate it.
You have to actually go and type in Northern Paganism.
I'm copying and pasting. And for some reason, my machine is being so cunty right now. Oh, come on. Okay. Northern paganism. Okay, let's have a look at that. Northern tradition paganism. What was it called again?
Northern paganism. It looks like it's one word. Okay. I mean, Northern, capital N, paganism, capital P.
Okay, so it's not this one that I found, Northern paganism tradition. That's Northern tradition. Okay, Northern paganism. Well, this is all the same, so it must be the same.
Well, you look like you know quite a bit about him, Witch Up the Road. Are you, is he one of your patron deities?
There's not even a place where I can search. There's no search resource here.
Here, I'll try and find it. Let's see.
Oh, fuck's sake. Okay, found something. Wonderful Norse spirit. Okay, let's find this poem. I boil your eggs, but I can just as soon burn the whole of your head. I consume both food and the table. There's a word I can't pronounce. Envoy. A franchise of Suna. I dance in all realms save one, outwitting my namesake. I nest in his hair. In me dwarves forged Molyneux. I fight for all sides. I sleep in the flintstone and under red buttons. It takes but one spark. Will you strike it? How about that? I read the poem. Is that the poem, Witch Up the Road? Is that the one?
She said she messaged you.
All my chats are off at the moment because they make too much noise.
She says yes. I'm like the translator of chat.
Thank you. I have to close down all of my pages to do this. Yeah, this is the one that I saw. Yep. How do we feel about this one, guys?
I like it.
I
He
quite
seems
like
raw,
it as well.
so
I'm
I like
torn
that.
between this one and the god that I can't pronounce.
Sorry.
He will henceforth be the nameless god. A Balder would have fit too. Balder would have fit.
Yeah. But this one seems more energetically in tune with the card.
Okay, we're gonna have
more.
to do. Okay. We're gonna do 1, 2, and 3, right? We've got Logi, Balder, and we're gonna have the turquoise. He's gonna be the turquoise. This is the Aztec one. This will be 1, this will be 2, this will be 3. Folks, the right to choose now. You get to choose. Number 1 is Logi, the fire god, the Norse fire god. Number 2 is Balder, also a fire deity. Number 3 is the unpronounceable Aztec god, which we are calling the Turquoise Lord. So 1 Logi, 2 Balder, 3 Turquoise Lord. Go, 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 go. Go while I drink my beer. How's your snowman teacup? Huh?
I'm done with 2 cups of tea.
Wow, that's commitment. And when does your mother arrive?
She's not coming this year, she said. She's coming in the spring. She doesn't like winter.
Oh, I thought she was coming.
I did too, but then she changed her mind.
Oh. She doesn't like winter, hey? Not her cup of tea.
No.
No, she can come and visit me if she wants. She might feel like a bit of winter after this. Chuckle, chuckle. What have we got here?
So there's a... What was 1 again?
Logi. I'm going to have to count these. Pronounce Shiwate Quatil. Of course it is. That's how it's pronounced. Shiwate Quatil. Shiwate Quatil.
There's it looks like there's like a lot of 1s and 3s.
Okay, so no Balder. We know that. So we can just cross him out right now. Sorry, mate. You look like you were really pretty too. Oh, it might be. I need to count them up, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16, 17, 18, 19. And now going up. 20. 20. Thanks to Christina D. 1, 3. All right, folks, we have a definitive winner. The definitive winner is the Turquoise Lord, 20 to 12, if I've counted correctly. And even if I haven't counted correctly, I think 1 or 2 other side still would have made him win. You know what I mean? So he is pronounced, his name is pronounced, here we go. Oh shit, there's more. Yeah. His name is pronounced Shiwate Quatli. Shiwate Quatli. Shiwate Quatli. Shiwate Quatli. I've got to write that down. And that is she. A H. Shiwate Quatli. There we go. Shiwate Quatli. That's who we've got. The Turquoise Lord. This could be very interesting because just from a color perspective, having him depicted with turquoise would be kind of cool to look at, wouldn't it? Very sovereign.
Yeah.
Hey?
A name down so I can research him. So we're done with wands. Yay!
And we could be very possibly done. And everyone's happy with Mercury for Paige. Bridget will be an amazing knight, because she is, of course, yes, she's a hearth fire goddess, but she's also a blacksmith goddess. She's also the goddess of diplomacy. She is the druid priestess. She's Tuatha. She's quite talented and the patron of many things. Iyasa has her tiger.
See her as holding. I see her as holding the flame. What do you see?
Yeah, I see her as holding the flame. She could even be holding the flame that's taking shape of a horse.
Oh, that's kind of nice. I like that. Well, because remember, we're doing. She's going to be a little up close.
Yeah, she'll be a little up close.
I mean,
which is why I think that visual could be really effective.
Yeah, let's see.
Like maybe she's holding 2 flames. Maybe she's holding like flame and flame in either hand.
Ow! I just. Or she can have flames in her eyes.
Give a demon eyes. Poor ghastly Bridget.
But I do like the. I think if she's holding, I would have her holding 1 flame. If the flame, like if it's becoming something, then having 1 flame, because then your focus is there. Focus on what that flame is becoming.
Yeah.
2, then it should kind of gets distributed. Yeah, I'm thinking. See her redhead, blonde-haired.
Oh, red. She's redheaded.
Redheaded.
Yeah.
Red.
Like orangey red, like proper,
Right.
as we in Australia call it, ranger. Ed Sheeran red.
What? Oh.
We have a term for it. It's endearing, I assure you.
And you said the horse, the flame is
Can take shape of the horse. Which will tie in some of the aspects of the cards too.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how it's going to be, Christina D. Yeah,
and we'll have flowing hair.
Erica, that's where I was going with that. That was where my mind was going. She wate kwa tli, she wate kwa tli. That's just words within words, isn't it? Depicted as black and red traditionally, according to Grunel. Hang on, what did he write? What did he or she write? What did he or she write? Oh, come down a little bit. Okay. Oh no. Tigers were, he's actually, it was Tiger's Abyss. Actually painted red and black and has a turquoise mask. And imagine a good Aztec-inspired headdress, kind of masked into a headdress and holding a decorated kind of staff, like a...
I'm sorry, I was like drawing, focusing.
What are you drawing? You're drawing Bridget.
I'm drawing Bridget. That's why I'm like blanking out.
She erupted into draw. Speaking of erupting into draw, what we need to do today is actually pull a few cards for which tarot deck? I'll use the stretch. Oh, the stretch doesn't actually feel, you know, what's the word that I'm looking for? It doesn't feel lither enough.
Doesn't feel.
I'll go Hidden Realm. Better pull some cards for Litha. It's the Sun and the Knight of Wands. That's my Litha draw. That's my Litha draw. The Sun is my Litha draw, though.
You cannot get rid of that.
Oh my gosh. I must photograph this. It's a selfie. This is a selfie time. Selfie time. There we go. That's perfect. So we have the radiance of the sun. Well, that speaks for itself. I don't even feel like I need to read these cards.
There's Bridget.
Are you? Yes. Yes.
So you got a little horsey flame. Can you see the horse? Kind of.
Yeah, I love it.
Kind of. There you go. Okay.
Yeah, I'm really happy with that. I'm really happy with that, how that turned out. Thank you to the original suggestee. That was Witch Up the Road. Sorry, no, Tiger's Abyss. Sorry. Thank you, Tiger's Abyss. Thank you to Witch Up the Road as well for introducing us to Logi. That is a really good Ace of Wands, isn't it? That's just a
Oh,
really
I can show them at the end. I'll re-show the cards for those who missed it at the end.
I have a question, because I love the Hidden Realm, right? Does anyone have a newer copy of the Hidden Realm and is able to tell me whether or not the card stock is better?
Well, I might have the new copy, but I'm not sure if you have. My copy comes, I told you, in a box. Does yours come in the Oh.
When did you get yours?
So mine came, I got it like a couple months ago.
Oh, okay. I think I've had this one since it came out. So it came
has
out
like
on special order. Yeah,
Oh,
my
okay.
box is not like that. Mine was
all right.
traditional.
So then mine. So I guess this is printed. This is printed. Wait, this is 2013, but this is copyrighted. Never mind.
That's when I got this one, 2013.
Right. So I think mine is newer. Let's see. It's not going to be 400 GSM, you know.
No, but even better than what I've got here. Look at that. And this is 3 cards together. This is 3 cards.
Ooh. Let's see. So it's still pretty. I mean, it's fair. I think it's not super thin, but it's not the same. I think. I don't think they changed the card stock. I don't think they changed the card stock.
See, this feels like
it's like a 200. Excuse me, 2.
Might be the
I don't
same.
think it's 350.
I would like.
I rifle shuffle. I'm a rifle shuffler, so I tend to like the ones that are more bendy. Evil.
I can't believe that. I can't believe that.
Sorry, I do.
Oh, that's all right. I'll forgive you. I have lots of rifle shuffler friends. I feel like drug users. I put them in the same category. Oh, she's a rifle shuffler. Good lady, but rifle shuffles. And then you know, in tarot crowds, it's like, ooh.
So are we making? Are we?
What are you gonna say?
We're taking a break till January.
Yeah, I've booked my flights down to Brisbane, which is something that I spoke of before. I am going to be working on Bonestone Book all the way through, you know, from the weeks between now and when I go away to my sister's. I'll be at my sister's place for about I want to say about 15 days, and I'm going to be by myself here at home for about 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks, I expect to get quite a bit done. Ferociously writing away here for 2 weeks. I think I'm going to be able to lock it down. I'm not going to finish a book in 2 weeks, but I am going to be able to put all the cards down and then add the details in, you know, the little nitty-gritty bits that I want to make to individualize. So I will be working on the book itself for quite a few months, but I will have all of the skeleton, the structure of the book down, and then come in and add the crystal components and the and the digital components, the wheel of the year and things like that. So yeah, I'm going to do it that way. It's going to be super fun. Yay! So that's the plans, but I'm going to be still reading. So my Etsy shop will still be open. I'll still be reading. I'll be disabling all of my readings until I come back. Well, till I go away, and then I'll disable them when I go away, and then I'll re-able them when I come back. Oh my God. Closing for then, and then coming back opening. Readings only. The deck, the Bonestone and Earthflesh Tarot deck, will be available for the whole time. So I'm not going to take that listing down until it sells out. So That's the way that it's going to be. So tell your friends, and would you believe it? I have not advertised this deck at all. Not paid 1 cent, not one single penny, not one tiny little penny for any advertising. This is a clean deck, guys. It's a clean deck, unmarred by advertising. It's me, my channel, my social media. I don't monetize. Oh, I monetize my channel, but that's not with my own ads. Obviously, that's with other people's ads. But I don't promote things on Facebook. I don't promote things on Instagram. I don't pay for promotions. I just do it. It's charisma.
Good, high five. Little high five.
You're not going to find it. You're not going to find ads for it. Put it that way. Yeah. I hope I don't need to advertise for it. Like, so far I haven't felt like I needed to advertise for it. So, yeah, like, community naturally speaks amongst themselves. It's something that I aimed to achieve anyway. I wanted to make a deck that was that beautiful that you would turn around to your mate who's interested in tarot and go, have you seen this deck? Because that's what I do to my friends when I find a deck that I really like. Have you seen this deck? Oh my God, this deck is so freaking beautiful. Have you seen it? You know, that's what I wanted for my deck. So seems to be going all right.
I'm going to show you guys the first cards again for those of you who anybody missed the beginning of the reveal of the cards.
Shakya Shaman, I am not going to be doing a second print run. I will be doing 1,000 only, and 200 of those 1,000 have already spoken for, and I've sold probably close to for something, 450, maybe 450. So yeah, once they're gone, they're gone, and I might get murdered if I sell more anyway because people are unreasonable.
All right, before we go, again, this is the Ace of Wands. Now's your chance, Avalon. Now you can. You can. Did I miss anything? Did I miss anything from when I?
No.
Okay.
No, you captured it all really beautifully. It's a continuation of energy. It's the serpentine force, and the serpentine force is about creation and destruction in a similar way to the phoenix, the rise and the fall of the phoenix, and the rebirth aspect to the Ouroboros. It represents the cycle of energy, forever beginning, forever ending, never in one state or another. It just is a perpetual evolution. So it's beautiful in that way.
And then the two.
Gorgeous sky, and that's one thing that I really appreciate about this deck so far, is that the sky has maintained the same throughout the suit. So each suit has a sky, has a color, so that when you are reading the cards, you can tell exactly what suit they are from the color of the sky. That will be very visual, very accessible to you. And we will have the names.
Yeah, we have the names. That's the two. Two of Wands.
We have our little wildling.
We have the little fairy in there.
Coming out of the
saw
woods.
She saw the yesterday before I sent it to you. She saw the painting. She's like, fairy in there. I'm like, yep, there is. She's like, I love fairies. I'm like, okay. She's very happy with the fairy. She did a fairy. All right. This is the three of Wands and the tattoos that are being drawn on his back, like the rite of passage. And I mentioned the symbols, right? So, the runes. And I posted the cards, so you can see the cards on the Facebook page too. You get to see how they look all cropped up.
It's exciting. It's exciting. And then that's it, guys. That's it. We've conceptualized all of the wands, which leaves only one more suit. One more suit. We're going to be very patient with that suit. I've got a feeling that suit's going to take a little while. That suit's going to take a little while. Earth is going to take some time to cultivate. I genuinely believe that. We will really only start work on the suit probably towards the end of January, early February. I'm going away, and then I get back on, I believe it's the 21st of January, but that's the same week that my children go back to school, and I've got to do lots of back to school stuff, integrate my daughter into a few different programs and make sure that my son is, is going to big school, because he's in big school now as of next year. So he starts prep here in Queensland, and that means he goes to the same school as my sister. He's in the Montessori program over there. And yeah, we're really excited for him. So that's just going to be a very busy week. So, and then we've got Lamas, and we have Australia Day here in Australia. That's around the 27th, and Lamas is around that 23rd period. And that's just a really busy, it's a really busy month. I've got my sister's birthday somewhere in the middle there, 14th. I know when it is. Or she rolls her eyes at me. So January is just sort of a bit of a write-off. So I would like to start fresh in the month of February, which is the month of love for all you Valentine's Day peeps. And, good Aquarius energy right there. So, everyone happy? Any questions?
And we should post on Instagram too when we have the bashes. That's I did a couple posts at the beginning, but I to be honest, I totally forgot to put them on Instagram.
Yeah, I don't really think of it that much either. I really should be more diligent about that kind of stuff, but I posted in 3 different places. I posted on my personal Facebook page, I posted on the Bonestone and Earthflesh Facebook page, and I posted on my public page. Sometimes I even posted on Spread the Switches. Sometimes I'll post it on the Elemental Witch. I don't really tweet about it. I don't Snapchat about it. I don't Insta about it.
I Insta about it more than you. I'm the one who keeps putting this stuff up on Instagram for the, for the
yeah. I'm excited.
So I might do it. I will try. I will try and post. I'll make the announcement on Instagram. That's good. So I'll try and do that. But again, I have to know when it is too, because she'll post you do the post like a day before. So
Yeah, I need to be more organized with that. My New Year's resolution is to just be hands down more organized, full stop. And that means that I have to be just a little bit more on top of that. I will have a little bit more extra time. I don't want to say that out loud because I feel like I might jinx myself, but my son is going to school every single day, 5 days a week. So he would only go to daycare 3 days a week. Well, he was in the kindy program. And then my youngest daughter, I only have the Wednesdays because that's the only day that she is in daycare. So she has an extra day, which means I now have 2 productivity days. And that is exciting. So, yeah, I won't know what to do with myself. But I will be able to schedule, and I think I'll try and make sure that I have my things scheduled up to 3 days in advance. And that way, there's time, either 3 days or 2 days, 24 hours or 48 hours. 24 hours is a little bit too short, but 48 hours might be easier. And I'll try and mention, at the end of each of our live broadcasts, like I have today, that we won't be back until potentially February. I can actually say, let's have a look at the calendar.
But, I'm going to be painting some more of these cards while we're away, so we'll come back with some cards.
I'm thinking maybe the 7th of February. That's a Wednesday my time. That would be a Tuesday your time, Anna. How would that sit with you? Do you have anything
It's good. As long as, my son's birthday is on the 21st. So as long as it's not the week of the 21st, it's fine.
The 21st of January or February?
February. So it's fine.
Yeah? January? 21st of January, 21st of February?
No, February 21st. So, as long as it's at the beginning of February, because I'm going to be running around like a headless chicken that week. trying to
Okay,
set up
well, the
birthdays.
7th will work then for February, and then the 21st is the next fortnight, but we can skip that and come back to 28th. How's that sound?
Okay. Well, we can, I mean, there's still time, you know. Let's see how.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll sort it out. Anyways. All right, thanks. Exciting.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for the help. See?
This
All
is a
these
day.
ideas. It's good.
This is a day, guys.
It's only so much brain power two people can have.
Yeah, I can't think. I feel like I genuinely can't think. I've been celebrating solstice so much. I was up all late last night celebrating solstice. I've had so many coven gatherings of late, and quite frankly, I'm like, this mama needs some sleep. I've got so much on this afternoon as well. But I will be doing some fairy journeying. Hopefully I don't fall asleep in my backyard intoxicated on entheogens.
Oh my god.
The neighborhood snake come and coil herself around me while I'm asleep on the grass. That will be fun. What have we got here? Oh yay, have some cards up on IG. I was following on YouTube, never thought to add you to IG. Oh yay!
Yeah, I try to put them up there.
Oh, that's all right, Soren. Thanks for joining us. Thank you for everyone who sat in with us. Thank you for all of you who have tried to make it to most of our Bonestone Bashes throughout the year. We've been going strong. We really have been going strong. And I've seen so many, you know, of the same name, same faces, beautiful personalities pop in there and really be supportive. And your support means the world to this beautiful creative project. And because, like I said, we haven't been advertising. We don't advertise. I'm not paying for advertising. That's not the way that this is done.
We don't even have a website for this deck. Everybody's asking me if we have a website for it. We don't have a website.
We don't do the website. This is my desire was to just create a deck and sell it on my Etsy store. I didn't want to make it a massive big thing. And it's just naturally grown. It just grew naturally, you know. And I still don't have a website for it. I'm not paying for advertising, not putting posts up on Instagram apparently. I'm not being very organized with my scheduling of live casts, but I am consistent with my live casts, you know, every 2 weeks unless I've specified otherwise. So you guys have been present to 16 of these bashes. 16 of these bashes hopefully has shown you a level of consistency and the fact that we are in fact working through the cards at a pretty fast pace, if you were to ask me. And we have succeeded beautifully in creating so many amazing pieces of artwork individually for this deck. And it is fine art and it's beautiful art and it's going to look amazing in a deck, and I just can't wait. This 2018 will be the year to really birth this deck, to individually confirm all of the addresses that have been sent to me. I get a lot of questions about that. People might move. That's okay. I can't trust Etsy for this. People have said that they've placed their order and then they've moved and they've tried to upload their address, and when I've double checked their address against what Etsy's listing in that address, it's the old address, not the new address. So I can no longer trust Etsy, which means I'm going to have to manually confirm all of the addresses, which is going to take time to do, but I'm just going to start at the beginning and work my way through. And that's how I'm going to do it. Start at the beginning, work my way through, do about 50 a day.
You're going to manually email each person.
Yep.
Person that bought the deck to confirm the address.
Yep.
Wow.
I don't know. I honestly, I don't know any other way to do it other than to manually do that. I've checked with Etsy and they've never gotten back to me about it. You know, if a person moves, can they update their address? Will it reflect in their order?
The problem is that, so what I found is that people have like a PayPal account and DXD account. So Etsy will require you to have an address. And then your PayPal account has an address, like when you sign up for PayPal. So what people have done in the past, sometimes they will update their Etsy, but they don't update the PayPal. Conflicting emails. I mean, addresses. So both addresses have to match. Otherwise, this is like, you know, I've had that happen.
Well, that's
but
a bummer.
I have not had to email 400 people.
Will be about 800 people that I'll be emailing. 800. Yeah.
Yeah. I think your husband's going to help you with that. You'll be like splitting 2 packs of emails to, you know, print out all the emails, and you take half, I'll take half.
I'm gonna get my coven over here, and I'm gonna get them to all bring their laptops. They're all going to log into my Etsy page, and they're all going to take a page and go for it. That's probably what I'll end up doing. Although I don't know how that will work, because you know how the structure is with Etsy. Basically, it's a lot of work that I will be doing, so please be patient. It's manual. I'm doing it all by hand, and I'm mostly doing it all by myself. So the behind the scenes stuff, the packaging, everything that's going to be done by me. I'm not sure that my husband's going to have all that much time to actually help me. He's pretty busy. He's got a pretty full schedule. So this is going to be up to me.
But Alora's going to be in Australia. Ha-ha. So I just realized that. So, you know, just get
her to come over and help me organize it. She'd be a phenomenal organizer. She really would. She's planning to visit me twice in the year, so she might be here for June, and I hope that if all goes well, I might be ready to confirm addresses in June. See how I go. I don't know. I'm still keeping December 2018 down just in case, you know. But I'm excited, guys, and it's been a big year, and I'm tired, and I do need a bit of a holiday. I do need a bit of a break, and I do need to just fall in love with it, you know, fall in love with the writing aspect. At the moment, I've had this element of I've got to write this book looming over my head, and I haven't had the time, no matter how much time no matter how many times I've tried to put it, you know, a priority mark on it. It just, I have family, small children, when I can work is really limited, those hours. And I found myself trying to write at night. Before I had kids, nighttime was my thrive time. I could just be creative to no end at night. Now that I have children, I can barely stay awake until 9 o'clock at night. And I just have to go with that, you know. I don't work at night anymore. So it's not something that I can do.
Juniper Moon just gave you a very, very good idea.
Take a MailChimp account and start adding everyone's emails into that and send out a generic message as time gets closer. Oh, Juniper. Saucy little minx. Thank you. Just going to write that down.
Because that might save you. Then you send out the email, people who actually change their addresses will contact you, and those who didn't won't. It's a good idea. Good idea, Juniper.
Email. Perfect. So do a bulk email. Bulk email for address confirmation. There we go. Solid. Excellent. Ratio. Well, beautiful souls. Chingly Wingley. Come here, darling. Yeah. Come here. Come and say hello. Don't I, darling? She's woken up and she's already asking me about stuff that I don't know anything about. All right, guys. Well, that's it. We've done a hell of a job. Thanks so much for hanging out with us all through the year. Thank you for your beautiful ideas. Thank you for your input, your energy, your time, which is energy in and of itself. And thanks so much for just making this project beautiful and for, creating such a lovely community. And we appreciate you wholly and solely, and wishing you the absolute most amazing solstice. If you're the type of person that celebrates Christmas, Merry Christmas. If you're the type of person that celebrates Hanukkah, if you're the type of person that celebrates New Year, and just enjoy your silly seasons, be responsible, please be safe, look after yourselves, love each other, nurture each other, and be kind. So with all of that said and done, mwah, bye.
Bye, guys.